So are you moving to the Atlanta area and you know you want to live in the Buckhead neighborhoods, but maybe your budget isn't ready for like the uber expensive Buckhead neighborhoods? Well, an entry point into the Buckhead area would be Peachtree Hills. And I'm going to show you around Peachtree Hills today, show you some home examples, show you what there is to do around here because it's actually pretty walkable. So I'll show you some places you can eat, walk to, and yeah, it's a great day. So I hope you get to enjoy this great day with me. So let's get into it. Let's cue the music. Let's talk all about living in Peachtree Hills right now. Hey everyone, my name is Molly and welcome to my channel. If you are new or returning and you want to know everything there is to know about living in the Atlanta area, then you need to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and hit that bell if you want to be one of the first to be notified when I do post another video about the Atlanta area. But you guys, whether you're moving tomorrow or next year, don't hesitate to reach out to me if you need a little bit more help with your home search. You can shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. I love hearing from all of you guys and I can't wait to help more of you out. But here I am in the Peachtree Hills neighborhood. I'm actually in the Peachtree Hill Park. You can see that there's some tennis courts right behind me. There's a little community garden right here and this huge field right behind me, like a baseball field, soccer field. I saw some people walking their dogs around here, and there's some playground equipment on the other side. So cute little playground area for this neighborhood. And yeah, Peachtree Hills. So before I even go any further, let me put up a map so you can see where Peachtree Hills is. And you're going to see that it's one of the more southern Buckhead locations. And it's right kind of between Piedmont Road and Peachtree Road. I had to think there for a second. A lot of P words going on there. So right between those two, and in terms of getting to like all of the major shopping in the Buckhead area, I'd say probably maybe a 5-minute ride up Piedmont or Peachtree Street. So very close to all the shopping and the restaurants. And Peachtree Hills, like I said, it has some of its own restaurants, so I'll point those out to you as well. But as far as getting around town, if you're wanting to get over into Midtown, you're looking at about 15 minutes. Downtown is 20 minutes. If you work over in the Emory area, that's about an 18-minute commute. Into the airport, you're looking at 30 minutes. So you guys, it is a beautiful fall day. I have a feeling I'm going to be shedding this sweater in about 2 minutes, but I don't know if any of you have small kids, but I have like a 3-year-old, and whenever the seasons change, he refuses to change his wardrobe. So like I was trying to get him over to daycare today and he just wanted to wear his t-shirt and shorts. He didn't want to put on long pants or a jacket, and you know, he'll survive, but I don't know, do any of you go through that? Let me know in the comments. But okay, back onto Peachtree Hills. So super cute community. Like I said, if you are looking for like an entry point into the Buckhead area, Peachtree Hills is one of those neighborhoods because it's not as expensive as a lot of other Buckhead neighborhoods. The median sales price point for this neighborhood is $750,000. So that kind of gives you an idea of what you're going to be looking at. And let's just get into it. Let's talk about kind of what's around here in terms of walkability, and then we'll get into some home examples later. So as you can see, I'm in the park, which I already pointed out, and then there are some little restaurants and that I'm going to walk to here in a second. Plus, there are some actual areas here where you can rent. So there's a couple of apartment buildings. There's like the MAA. I don't know if it's called MAA Buckhead or MAA Peachtree Hills. I'll point it out on my walk over to the restaurant area. And there's also a lot of like garden style apartments. So if you're kind of wanting more of a neighborhood feel, not so like in your face city apartment living, then you could actually look for a possible apartment complex here. But let me keep going, and I'm going to walk over to some of the little shops that are on kind of like the northern edge of this community. So let's go. So directly across from the Peachtree Hills Park is one of my first stops. I gotta point it out, this KR Steakbar. So this is the chef of Kevin Rathbun. He has a couple different steak houses in the Atlanta area, but this place is so good. So if you're looking for a good date night option, yeah, you got to check this place out, and the food is amazing. But then the rest of this, you'll see this huge parking lot. So this is filled with like some commercial buildings. I'd say it's a lot of like textile stores, tile stores, fabric, designer type stores. So that's what you're going to find here. I'm going to keep walking up Peachtree Hills Avenue. That's kind of like the main street that cuts through this neighborhood, and you can connect from Piedmont Road over to Peachtree Street using this road. So it's a very busy thoroughfare, but I'm going to keep walking towards Lindbergh Avenue and show you a couple little shops that are over there. So as I mentioned, there's some apartment complexes that you can choose from if you're not ready to buy. And like the Peachtree Hills Park was just probably 30 steps that way. You've got MA Peachtree Hills right here. And if you go a little further, there's some garden style apartments as well. So there are a few rental options in this neighborhood. So a few little shops there, not a ton, but something to go to grab a coffee or a little snack. And this is Lindbergh Drive. This is the northern cutoff line of the Peachtree Hills community. That is some railroad tracks right there. And if you just keep going up there, just probably 2 blocks, you're gonna hit the MARTA Lindbergh station. So if you're looking to commute with the MARTA, that is an option. And another thing I will point, like if you would look at for homes on Lindbergh Drive, this is a very, very busy road and it gets backed up during the commute hours. So just know that if you're looking for a home on this road, it's going to be very, very busy. Ooh, yeah, it's getting hot already. So I'm going to be walking over on the other side of the Peachtree Hills Park, show you a few more good spots to eat. But while I'm walking over there, you may be wondering, where do I go to get out and get some exercise, ride a bike, run? Well, to be honest, if you're just like walking, Peachtree Hills is a great little neighborhood to walk around. There's plenty of sidewalks. But if you are wanting to jog and you don't want to just jog in the community because that gets old pretty quickly. So one great thing is the southern edge of Peachtree Hills backs up to the Beltline. It's not done there yet, but hey, if you're watching this video and it's like 2030, hopefully the Beltline will be done by then. The only problem is the Peachtree Creek is blocking the access from Peachtree Hills over onto the Beltline. So hopefully they'll be building some kind of bridge so then you can quickly access the northern end of the Beltline. Sorry, I'm breathing a little heavy. Just walked up a hill. So, but besides the Beltline, you can also get over to the Path 400. I think you're gonna have to skip over Piedmont Road, which is busy, but then you could get onto the Path 400, which that's a great trail too. It's about a 5-mile one-way path that goes up 400 to the northern Buckhead area. So those are some options, or just run along. I like running along Peachtree Road, like on a Saturday, not as much traffic. You don't have to stop as much on and waiting for cars at the traffic light. So that's also another great option. So as far as other amenities in the Peachtree Hills neighborhood, I showed you the park. There's not a public pool, but you can just travel, you just have to hop over Lindbergh Drive, and then you can use the public pool in the Garden Hills community, and that's a public pool. You don't have to have a membership. So that is great that you have very close access to that pool. So Peachtree Hills doesn't have a ton of condos. I mean, there's some that are on Peachtree Road itself, but I really don't count those as part of the neighborhood. But there are some garden style condos in the Peachtree Hills area. There's not a lot. This is kind of like the only example. This is called Garden Brook, and these all, I believe, are 2-bedroom, 1-bath. They're just over 1,000 square feet, and they range anywhere from 240 to 280, 85,000. And the HOA is $385 a month. It does have a pool, but there's a big green space in the center of this community. It is gated, and it is right across the street from the Peachtree Hills Park. You can't really see it, but it literally, just take my word for it, across the street, the park's right there. So there you go. There's an example of some condos in the Peachtree Hills area. As I'm walking up Peachtree Hills Avenue, I want to point out a couple of things. So First of all, this big building complex behind me, this is Peachtree Hills Place. This is like an assisted living. So if you're looking for something for your parents, this could be an option. And on the other side are some townhomes. This is called the Hillgrove. It was built by Ashton Woods in 2019. These are 3-bedroom, 3.5 townhome units ranging anywhere from, I believe, 2,400 to 3,500 square feet, and the price point is anywhere from $905,000 to $1.2 million. They're really nice. It's gated, although the gate was open when I went to go get a shot of it, so not for sure what's going on there. But yeah, I remember when they were building all of this, and it's funny, now that it's all built, I don't remember what was here before, but this is a big newer section in the Peachtree Hills area. I'd say everything else in the Peachtree Hills area is a little bit on the older end, you know, got the older bungalows. But yeah, if you're looking for a new townhome and, you know, a place to put maybe your parent that's older, needs some extra care, this could be a spot. All right, I made it to the top of the hill of where all those townhomes and the assisted living area was, and I wanted to point out the last couple of places to eat here in Peachtree Hills. There's J. Christopher's, a breakfast spot, and there's the Treehouse restaurant and pub. They kind of have like casual burgers, tacos, pizza, that kind of thing. Cool outdoor casual setting, and they also have a wine store, so let's go check it out. That Treehouse restaurant is like a little neighborhood gym. So one thing that is great about Peachtree Hills is that there's not a lot of cut-through streets. Okay, there's two main streets, which I mentioned, Lindbergh Drive and then Peachtree Hills Drive. So if you're not living on any of those streets, then you're not going to have like tons of cut-through traffic, which you do encounter in some other neighborhoods. You don't realize it until you move in, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm on a cut-through street. So that is one great thing about this neighborhood. And yeah, that's something that you may not know unless you reach out to me. You can shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. That's why I'm here, to let you know about this kind of stuff that you may not be able to figure out by just looking at homes online. So don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm here for you. So my video, of course, would not be complete if I didn't mention where some grocery stores, typical shopping is located. And this is really close to a lot of great shopping. So if you want Publix, just go over to Peachtree Battle Station. You can just follow Peachtree Hills Avenue over to Peachtree. Hang a right, you're right there at the Peachtree Battle Station, or is it just Peachtree Battle? I don't know why I want to say station on the end of it, but Peachtree Battle, they have the Publix, they have all sorts of little places to eat, some little boutique shops, super cute little area. And it's also right across the street from the schools, which I'll get into that in a second. So the elementary school is right over there too. But on the opposite side, on Piedmont Avenue, you have a Target and a Kroger. There's a Home Goods. I like going over there. So you have all of that very close by. Also, if you're wanting highway access, very close highway access onto I-85, Highway 400, so you can hop on there, and if you're commuting to somewhere to work, then easy highway access, very quick. So in terms of schools, the schools are Rivers Elementary, there's Sutton Middle School, and North Atlanta High School. And I'd say the rankings on them, you know, on 1 to 5 stars, they're about 3 to 4 stars. So I always just say, do your research on schools, because my opinion of what a good school is probably different from your opinion of what a school is. So always do your research on the schools, but let's keep going. Okay, as I walk to my first home example, a couple of things just about the Peachtree Hills neighborhood. You're gonna find a lot of bungalow style homes, very cute, very charming, like 1920s, 1930s, and you'll have a few sprinkled in of newer construction homes. But oh my gosh, this home right here, I don't know if you can see it very well, super cute home. I mean, this is just a very darling neighborhood, and I feel like I'm in a movie set or something, because you get the white picket fences right there. But I would say, you know, a lot of these homes are going to be on the smaller side. So if you're wanting like a huge home, Peachtree Hills may not be a fit for you. There are some, don't get me wrong, but I'd say a lot of them are going to be smaller. These are on smaller lots. A lot of them have, you know, some kind of backyard, but you're not going to get a huge backyard per se. Look at this one. This one's like landscaped up to the T. Love it. But I would say a lot of young families live here, you know, newlyweds, and people that are retired too, that don't need a ton of space. This is a great spot. And like I said, the median sales price for the Peachtree Hills neighborhood is $750,000. I'd say like the top of the market around here is 1.2. I did see one home that was 1.5, but you know, that's kind of like the top range. To give you a perspective, so a neighborhood north of here, Garden Hills, which I did a vlog tour on that one, the median sales price in Garden Hills is 1.2. So that gives you a little bit of an idea that, yeah, in this neighborhood, you can get a little bit of a better price point. Now, some of the homes could be a little quirky. You know, the more quirky it is, the cheaper it will be. And actually all of the home examples I'm going to show you are under 2,000 square feet. So like I said, there are homes that are over 2,000 square feet, but I'd say just like on average, what you're going to find is kind of a smaller footprint of a home. And what else am I missing about these homes? Yeah, maybe just a little, you know, it may not be an open concept. Some will be renovated more than others, but let me get into a home example and we'll go from there. All right, coming up on my first home example, I actually had a different one in mind, but they were actually moving in, so I didn't want to interrupt that. But the show I was thinking about, that I was saying this feels like a movie set, I was thinking about the Desperate Housewives show on ABC back in the early 2000s with Eva Longoria. You know what I'm talking about? Just everything's very picture perfect. And that's one thing I will say, like, everyone takes really good care of their yards. It's like the Buckhead way. Pristine yards, beautiful. So, okay, right behind me, first example here. So this one is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, just over 1,800 square feet, and it's listed for $825,000. This one got multiple offers. It's a traditional style home. It does have a little basement area with a flex room. I'd say the kitchen makes like a small U shape. It's updated, it's got granite countertops. It's smaller, and the primary bedroom is on the first floor and the other 2 bedrooms are on the upper floors. And it does have a backyard. This one actually has a little garage area in the back of the house, which that's pretty rare because most homes are just going to have driveways. There's a few that have some built-in garages in the back, but I'd say the majority of these homes are just going to have like a tandem driveway that you can park in. So I'm gonna go show you another home example. It's a little higher in price point, same square footage, but I'll explain what the difference is in pricing. So let's go there next. All right, so I'm coming up on my second home example, and this one is pretty much the same square footage as my last example, just a little bit more, but it's under 1,900 square feet, still 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. So I'm gonna tell you what the difference is in pricing. So this one is $950,000. So the last example, if you remember, I said it was $825,000. So what's the difference, right? Well, this is a really cute rocking chair bungalow style home, but it's the finishes inside that make this home really stand apart between some of its competitors. So it has some great built-ins in the living room. It has a renovated kitchen with marble countertops, white cabinetry, white subway tile. The bathrooms are all renovated, and it has like this extra room off of the garage that they built as like a workout room, or it could be an office. It has, did it have a screened-in front porch? I don't really remember if it did or not, but just really great finishes. It also had like a little bar area, so the higher quality of finishes that you have in the home, the more it's going to sell for. So there you go. There's a home example in one of the higher price point ranges. And I got one more home example to show you, so stay tuned. All right, for my final home example, now this one's on the lower price point that I'm going to show you today, and it's right behind me. This is another bungalow with a great front porch, right? This one sold for $750,000. It's just over 1,400 square feet. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. The kitchen has kind of like repainted cabinetry, granite countertops, and the bedrooms are fine. You know, it's got updated bathrooms, original fireplaces that are more decorative. They're not going to actually work. It has a great backyard patio and backyard. And oh, one thing I should mention about the primary bedroom is that it has a pretty decent sized closet, and that's something that's hard in some of these older bungalows, is getting a good decent sized closet. So it's something you have to pay attention to when you're looking for homes in any of the Atlanta neighborhoods that's, you know, an older bungalow. That can be really hard to find. So that is one great thing about this particular home. If you're hoping to get something under $750,000, you know, I looked real quickly to see what was under $650,000. There's really not a lot that you're going to find here in this neighborhood. It's either going to be an extreme fixer-upper, or needs some work, or it's really small square footage or something funky about it. So yeah, if you're looking in that price range, you better be able to live in kind of small square footage or with something kind of funky. So there you go. Okay, you guys, now it is time for me to drive around the neighborhood so you can kind of get an idea of what the home styles are like, what the streets are like. So sit back, as always, relax and enjoy. Adorable neighborhood, right? Okay, before I sign off, let me just drive you over to the Peachtree Battle Shopping Center so you can see how close that really is to the Peachtree Hills neighborhood. Let's go. Little shopping center, right? So yeah, Peachtree Hills is just an adorable neighborhood, a great entry point for the Buckhead area. So I hope you enjoyed my vlog tour today. If Peachtree Hills just wasn't your jam, but you want something similar, maybe a little bit bigger, check out my Garden Hills vlog tour. I have one on that. But you guys, thanks for joining with me. Like I said, if you are planning on making a move tomorrow or next year and you need further help with your home search, shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. I love hearing from you guys. But until next time, you guys, I'll see you around the neighborhood.